Okay. That's a great start. Hello everybody, welcome to another video where, in case it wasn't completely blatantly obvious, I feel sick. I've got like a sort of cold flu thing going on, but I'm literally recording this like 24 hours before it has to be posted. So, not wanting to leave the house, but still really needing that fresh air because, oh my gosh, have I been so warm the last couple days. I'm in my garden, in my fairly small back garden, but thankfully for me, I think there's still a lot to photograph because my mum really loves to garden, so there's a lot of like plants and stuff in here. There's some dog toys, there's some cute little lights, and it's about like 4:30, 5 p.m, so it's just slowly getting towards dusk. So I think we'll be able to capture some images. For the most part, you're either going to get voiceovers or you're just going to get music because it's hard enough to talk. I'm out of breath from just sitting here and talking to you guys for a minute and a half. Let's just start photographing. It's going to be a lot of close-ups. Enjoy. First thing, along the fence, there's some really cute plant pots. They also go around that fence opposite me and the fence behind me. So let's work with that first. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that'll do. That will not do. Wow, it's a good job I've got a screen protector on this phone. Okay. I feel quite silly for this. There's an obvious windowsill right there. Okay. Ugh, there's a hair in my mouth. Okay. Clear SD card. As always. Let's get going. I'm going to give you the lens cap, look after it. Okay. This also falls into the problem we had with the night photography, where it may look quite bright, but when I'm pointing down at the ground where it's a bit sheltered, there's like no light and it's quite cloudy. I'm going to see if there's a way for me to turn on the fairy lights. One moment. Ooh. I forgot which way the door opens. Hey Google, turn on conservatory lights. Conservatory lights on. Well, that was a waste of time. At least I've got the pretty lights coming from the conservatory window. And my garden sort of like curves around a bit. There's like a small little alleyway. And I could see my dad in the living room window. I half contemplated scaring him because he had his back to me, but I decided against it, so you're welcome, Dad. I'm just gonna work with what I've got, I think. I might also end up taking some photos like through the window because that could be quite pretty. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, for the record, I am recording this exactly 3 hours after this video. The voiceover, I'm recording the voiceover 3 hours after I took this video. So my voice is no better, but I've got a cup of tea, so I'm happy. Anyway, what I sort of was doing was walking around my garden and just trying to capture a bunch of close-up images of all the little garden ornaments that were there. There was a lot of sort of decorations in the plant pots, and I also realised that I could turn the flash on, which I think that's what I was doing there. And I was like, oh, brilliant, that's a good counteract to the ever-growing darkness of the winter. Anyway, I had quite a bit of fun experimenting with it, because I've never really used my flash before. Oh, there it goes. That's the moment I figured it out, and I was like, oh, this is a game changer. So I quite enjoyed, actually, the stark brightness of a few of the images, as I'm sure I'm showing you there. Gosh, it's so weird looking back at yourself. Anyway, as you can see, the sky was definitely getting a bit darker, so the flash came in handy. And it was quite fun, sort of using that stark brightness to have a look at maybe some sharp edges, like where the fence was, where different like poles were, where the plant pots were. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I get down on my knees to make sure I actually get some really good close-ups. I think there was a little gonk in that plant pot, if I remember correctly. I also remember falling over myself at some point. I feel like it's probably coming up, just keep an eye out for that, that's fun. I waved at you. Yeah, there you go, I fall over. Anyway, I'm going to end up repeating myself at this point. Oh my gosh, I basically just enjoyed taking photos of different things. I liked that sign that was on the fence. I liked all the plant pots lining up the top of the fence. I liked the pole. I liked the contrast of all the shapes. And in general, I just found it quite fun taking photos of things in my garden. Okay, now I've discovered that I can actually use the flash on my camera to make my life a bit easier. I'm having a whale of a time. Don't laugh. I've basically just been like getting a bit low to try and photograph some more of the smaller things in the garden. But I might start focusing on like a wider picture. I don't want to get the whole garden because I'm not sure if that would be a great shot, but also because I know there's probably going to be at least someone saying, oh, why don't you use your tripod? Because A, I wasn't anticipating it being this dark. B, I wasn't anticipating my brain being this out of function. And C, I didn't think of it at the time, and frankly I think it might have been more inconvenient than helpful this time round. I will take the tripod out for night photography at some point before winter's over. I'm going to photograph a couple more things. I will be back in a moment. Guys, it finally happened. I ran out of storage on my phone. I just had to go through my camera roll and delete like all the previous video footage that I didn't need from when I first started this channel. And it was 117 videos. That's raw footage that I had yet to edit together, final footage I edited together that was like the 20-minute videos, all of the like TikToks I've made that were in my camera roll. Hence why it's suddenly really dark, because I spent like 10 minutes just standing here in the cold with my phone like, okay, delete, 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 and now it's a lot darker. But exciting news, I've made a discovery right before I realised I ran out of storage. I just took a photo of the floor. Basically, the lights into my house, my family are a big fan of like fairy lights. I personally really love LED lights. And in the windows, because they're obviously all lit up, I realised with a really slow shutter speed, like I'm talking half a second, if I was able to move the camera quickly as I was taking the image, it created such cool lines. I think trail lights, is that what they're called? It created those. So I'm going to do a couple more shots of those, and then you're going to see them and you're going to go, wow, because that's what I did. I went, wow. You might not go wow, but I felt like it was a wow moment. So I'm going to experiment with a little bit more, because my bedroom window is right above the conservatory where you're propped up, and I like my LED lights on because I hate the big light. And I've got like the sort of tealy white bluish setting on at the moment, and I was just sort of playing around with going like that with the camera, and it worked really well. So I'm gonna give that another go and have a little bit of fun with it. No, like if it's the intense amount of like painkillers I'm on, or how like tired my body is, but that was the most fun I've had in days. Going around and taking pictures of stupid little fairy lights in the window, and just having my camera and just go like, whoa, when I was taking the picture. It was so much fun. Oh, I'm also so aware that any of my neighbours could be hearing me at the moment. The houses across the road are probably watching me from the windows and going, what the hell is she doing? I'm having a great time. Basically, the technique with this is you just want a shutter speed that's really slow, like half a second, something like that. As you're taking the image, once you hear it click, you literally just want to move your camera in any direction. Yeah, I found it quite fun when you go in like a jerk movement, like or wanted a bit of like a slower movement where I was like, ooh, it's fun. I had fun. I guess that's, how many images do I have at the moment? 53 before editing them down. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple more of just the general garden because it's getting really dark now, and then I will leave you with a gallery wall of all the main images. No idea how long this video is going to be, no idea if it's going to make sense, but it will be out tomorrow, which for me is in 24 hours. So for you, it's Tuesday, innit? It's Tuesday, innit? Anyway, I'm gonna go. Enjoy the pictures. If you like this content, I swear I'm not always this, I don't even know what to call this. I'm on some sort of weird energy tonight. My voice isn't always this deep. I'm not always this nasally, and I swear I don't act high in every video. But who knew? Photography when you're ill can be a whole journey. Okay. Enjoy these pictures. Please subscribe if you like this content. Comment, like, share, everything else. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.